Hey Creative, so I'm stopping by real quick to give you guys some quick announcements. So first, we will be starting our new Bible study series May 4th at 8 p.m. Right on Google Meet, 8 p.m. Every other Wednesday, you will see us there. Meet us there. The information will be on the flyer. After that, we'll be having our mental health workshop on May 11th at 8 p.m. Also on Google Meet, and the information and the code will be right in that flyer at the bottom. Then we will have our talk show that we have every last Wednesday of every month at 8 p.m. Wherever you watch your live streaming shows from, your live shows from, you can see us there either under Cheyenne Wisdom or the Creative Space, right? 8 p.m. every last Wednesday of the month. And then, guys, drum roll. Nah. June 10th, we'll be celebrating 6 months of the Creative Space being in existence, 6 months of our launch. June 10th at 7:30, catch us for our night of worship, The Flow Volume 1. Listen, it is in Queens, New York, and the information will be on the flyer. Put it in your calendars. June 10th at 7:30 p.m. All right?
We made it seem like we're so far from basic. You put us on these pedestals, but we are so far from perfect. All I want is just to be noticed for who I really am, trying to make a difference. Pray for the creative. That's what we need. We don't need your expectations, but we need you to agree. Oh. The things I hear, the things I see, always in my mind. The pressure's beating up on me. Anxiety's at an all-time high, and all I want is to be heard and to be seen.
Yo, what's up, you guys? It's been a little over a month, and we back, baby. So what's up? I need you guys to comment and let me know where you guys are watching from. I see the comments. Hey, Yasmin. Thank you for joining. Hey, Steph. Hey, Danielle. Hey, Marco. Yeah, I need y'all to comment. Let me know where you watching from. Hey, Katrina. What's up, y'all? So I'm not gonna the churchy word, belabor your time. Okay, we just gonna start. If you were here, you will see. Hey, Josh, New York in the building. If you guys saw the flyer today, I have a co-host. I never did this before. I never had a co-host, so this is about to be dope. Everybody's here, so yeah. Let me know where you're watching from, and I need you guys to share this live with one person, just one. Hey, Isaac, Josh, you and the shepherd mother. Good night. Never, never, ever, never in this lifetime, and not in the next either. Yeah, share this live with one person and join us. We'll be talking with musicians, and we're just gonna be talking. You guys already know the deal. If you have a question, if you have a comment, put it in the comment box wherever you're watching from. We're streaming from YouTube, from Facebook, and Twitch. So wherever you're watching from, put in the comments. We will see it, and I will be sure to address your comment or your question before the live is up. All right. Without further ado, right? I need you guys to help me. I need you guys to put some hearts. Put some hearts in here first, because it's too dry. I don't know. It's too dry. Maybe we've been away from each other for too long. Yeah, acting brand new. Hey, Lamar. So put some hearts in this chat, because I'm about to introduce the co-host of the hour. All right, I see the hearts. Okay. please help me welcome Mr. Sidney Carr.
Yo, what's up, everybody? God bless everybody. We here, we lit. We about to get into it, man. I love what you're
I'm
doing.
excited.
I love what you're doing. So I'm so excited to be here.
Period. All right, so introduce yourself. Let us know what you do, who you are, where you're from.
Yeah, man. It's like this, man. My name is Sidney Carr. I was born in Brooklyn, raised in the Bronx. I'm currently living in Westchester with my beautiful wife. Our anniversary is next month, May 29th. We're going to be in Antigua. We're going to be doing it up. Love my wife. Shout out to Wilda. I see you in here already, baby. I saw you in the comments already saying hi to everybody. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm happily married. And man, my ministry is just young people. I'm just an advocate. I'm an advocate. I'm a protector. I'm a guardian. I'm a mentor of just young people. That's just what I do 24/7. So, as far as occupation, I work at an organization called Children's Village.
Dope. So listen, young folk, young people. And I'm joking, us. He is one of us. You're not that old, right?
No. I'm 31, man. I'll be 32 next month.
Yeah, he's young. He's around the way. He's around the way. You reading the comments, Sydney? People saying hi to you.
Let me see.
Somebody said, Yasmin said, Sid, what's good, bro?
Oh, yeah. What up, Yasmin? What's going on with you, baby? You good?
So, yeah, you guys. So, again, this is my first time co-hosting, but it's about to be dope. Now, I'm going to introduce, my friend and my brother. He's a brother for real. He's annoying like a brother.
Definitely
but, we love him.
Definitely annoying.
We love him. Welcome, Matt Pyle. Pastor Matt.
What's good, everyone? It's nice to be here. How y'all doing today?
We're doing good, Pastor. How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited to be here.
Office. It's good to see that you're in your office. Pastor.
Oh my gosh. Yes. I'm in my office. It's still under construction right now, but for the most part, I'm here. I'm excited to be here. This is my first time being on the creative space. So I'm excited. Thank you for the opportunity.
Of course. And then Sydney's gonna introduce our guests. Our next guest.
Listen, we got a growing pillar in the battle rap world. Some people, say he's just a pillar in his city. He's dope. You should check him out. Briss, the icon. We need y'all to make him feel at home. What's going on, bro?
Woo!
What's up? What's going on?
All right, I need some comments and hearts in here. Thank you, Isaac and Danielle. Hey, Pastor Maurice, how are you? So this is the I guess the panel for the next few moments. So yes. I need Pastor Matt and I need Briss to introduce yourselves. Let us know what you do. We'll go from there.
My name is Pastor Matt. I am obviously a pastor, but I've been a musician all my life. I produce, songwrite, and an artist as well. So stay tuned for the stuff that's coming out. But I pastor, and I'm also an educator. I'm an educator. I'm definitely a teacher. I'm a pastor at the Excelling Church, Pastor Joe K. Solomon, and Lady Jazz. And I love music. I'm unapologetically myself, and I love God.
So what's up, man? Southside Jamaica, Queens. Battle rap. I make music on my own brand. I got hair oils, bed oils, things like that. Like, I'm just a father, like, first and foremost, and everything after that is just my talents as far as music and what I do with battle rap and what I do with my.
Dope. So speaking of battle rap, and then Pastor Matt said, do you want me to call you Pastor Matt on the show, or do you want me to call you Matt? Or do you want me to call you Mr. Pyle?
Jesus. Matt is fine. I'm not really big on titles, but I just became a pastor probably like 2 years. Even though the call was there, I just took that role probably like 2-3 years ago. So I'm still getting used to it, y'all. But nah, Matt's fine. Matt's fine.
Okay. All right. So Matt and Bruce, take us into your everyday life as a musician. So like, what does it look like? What does your day to day look like?
For me, go ahead, Bryce.
My day to day is pretty much like just getting up in the morning. I mean, handling everything that I gotta do with my hair oils and my bed oils and my lip balms, all the stuff that I sell, body scrubs. So I make sure I got all that together. To me and my bro have a clothing line, so I make sure I sit down with him. I give him my ideas, and then from there, if I find time to write, I'll write, and if not, then I'll still, even if I don't write, I'll freestyle. I always try to stay in the music field, like within the work I do.
That's dope.
That's dope.
That's inspiring, actually. For me, I'm an educator, so I teach music right now. And when you teach music, when you're a music teacher, you're constantly trying to find things that are engaging. So you got to have your ears to the streets. You got to know what they respond to. You got to know what they like. And also, I grew up in a very musical family, so I'm constantly talking to my brothers who shout out to Mike and Josh, they're my also my inspiration. But also just listening to different people, having those conversations with some of my friends, Vinny Keys, shout out to him, Super, and a couple of other people that constantly feed my creativity. And then I have like 3 periods, so my curriculum is based off of writing songs for these kids and then having them recorded, and I make those beats. So I'm constantly creating content just for them. So whether it's drill, whether it's pop, whether it's R&B, I make it, we create it.
So, and plus, I heard some of your students work and it's fire. Like, it sounds like professional. Like, yeah, it's dope. So,
thank you.
Cindy, you want to say anything?
Yeah. I'm gonna ask you a deep question. So, I kind of wanted to go towards the end, but ask it towards the end. But I want to ask it now because I think it'll be dope to ask it now. What is something that you've worked on recently that you're most proud of? Like, because a lot of people push content and push workout, but they're not even proud of it. Like, they just did it to meet a quota. So, what is something that you guys put out recently or you're working on? It doesn't even have to be something you put out like yesterday, but even if it's manifesting, what is something that you're working on that you're most proud of at the moment?
I'm gonna say for personally, I'm gonna go with like all my new music. I feel like all my new music is crazy. Like I just had a show, just had a crazy show. I don't know if y'all heard about the Dad Summit. It's like it's 20 shows for like every day from the 11th to like the 21st. So pretty much, if you wasn't on that bill for Hot 97 105.1, like he wasn't making any noise. So I just took it as I'm making some noise.
Yeah. Now is that thing kind of like South by Southwest, or what is like? What's the theme?
Like that for New York City? Yeah. Something like
copy.
Mm.
What about you, Matt? What you thinking, bro?
Ooh, for myself, one of the things I'm really proud of is, other than the prophetic worship night, I played on that build for the Excelling Church. We did like a live recording. I ended up playing bass on that, so that just recently came out. And shout out to Tim Rollins and Vinny Keys and Pastor Joe K. Song for putting that out. So I played bass on some of those tracks, so I'm really excited about that. In terms of close to home for me personally, I'm still working on some stuff right now. I'm really proud of the work I've been doing with some of my students. I have one student, K-Dot, we call him K-Dot in class. He's been coming out with some stuff. I've made some beats for him. And right now we're trying to just make sure we could kind of lock it in. And he's, I think, a junior right now, and he's got the heat right now. So, I'm just trying to foster, his artistry, teach him enough about the industry of what I know, and have him have the right conversation so that, he can, build. But the same way I'm with him, I'm with all my students. I try to pull the artists out of everybody, trying to get those, shy singers to sing, try to get the Chris Brown, kids to dance and sing and, you know, just try to bring it together. So right now, at you know, high school for global citizenship, that's where I teach. We're about to do these CAF shows. We got 2 CAF shows coming up where we're able to kind of like open mic some of these moments, and they're able to experience that. So I'm kind of working on that behind the scenes at my school right now. So I'm really excited about that right now.
Yeah, that's
okay. Dope. So, all right, you was just talking about your teaching, and then Chris, you was talking about you know, you rapping and doing a huge show, right? But I would love to know like the journey before that. Like, how did you get to this point? Like, you are in your established,
like
you know.
The journey was like, it was humbling. Like when I first started out battle rapping, like I thought I had it figured out. Like my first battle, I think I freestyle. And everybody was like, nah, you gotta really like sit down and write. And like I went through a few tough battles, and like people was in my ear, like, yo, if you take this serious, you could be one of the best. Then like I didn't really like feel like I was going like up to par with it. I'm like, I'm alright. And I didn't give up on it. Then and I ended up meeting Smack. For me, it's Smack. I ended up now I'm Dotmar. I know y'all heard of T-Rex. I'm Dotmar. Shout out to T-Rex and Murder. Yeah. Murder and Lux. So now it's like now that I even interact with like Smack on the like daily. We talk like so. It's like now I reached that level, and I battle so many names now, and now it's like sky's the limit now. But the journey was like humbling. It's like you really got to sit down. Like it's easier to make a song to me. And I feel like it's harder to battle rap because you got the beat. The beat talks to you. It's like you just got to sit there. And a lot of times you're just pulling out.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yo, just to interject real quick, for those of you who don't know, Smack is like the trailblazer for like battle rapping. Like if Smack is not booking you, you're not making any noise in the battle rap world. If he's not connecting with you or building with you, you're not making any battle rap noise. You're not making any noise. But go ahead, sis. My fault.
So, because I'm not really familiar. I'm not familiar with that world at all.
Nah, Smack is hard. Smack is hard.
Yeah, Smack is the trailblazer.
So, you said you have to sit down and write the rap before you get there. So, like, they give you the beat before you get there?
No beats, acapella. It's all acapella.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And it's more so like wordplay. It's more so punchlines. Like I actually have one Smack battle under my belt, so I got one. Like I did it with shout out to Queen's Flip. Queen's Flip had his own little setting called the Quiet Room, so I was able to get on that. But I felt it's way tougher to like. But I like the it teaches. Battle rap taught me how to make songs, like certain wordplay and certain like playing with words that I probably wouldn't do. I had to do for battle rap, so it taught me how to structure songs better. I feel like I have like the leverage when I hop in the studio with somebody. It's like, all right, they're probably just gonna try to make everything rhyme. I can have wordplay and different scheme settings and stuff like that. That's different.
Okay, got it.
Even you, one of the questions I have for you, Brody, like he's like one of the big dudes that, you know, every person that's in the church that they look up to him. But what's your thoughts about the saga? This is the unplanned question. But what's your thoughts about the saga?
I feel like the saga is dope. I feel like the Christian like Los. Shout out to Loso too. Loso.
Word, yeah, Loso is big too. Yeah, facts.
I feel like it's dope. I feel like it brings like a different format. Like that's what made saga stick out. Like when he was doing that at first, I'm like, nah. Like, I mean, I personally told him, like, nah, keep going. Like, go. You gotta go the other way. And I tell all battle rappers, that's why my style is how it is. Like, you have to like be different. I like that about Saga. He's different. Like when you go to his battle, you don't expect to hear gun balls. But if he says one, now he has the leverage. If he says one, it's like he hits you with everything else that he does. Something now it's a big surprise, a big crowd reaction because he doesn't do it. So I think that's like, yeah.
So, and the last thing I'm gonna say, the one reason why I asked Briss about Saga, because Saga, he is all of his bars is based off of his interactions with God, but he still he still competes in the sport of battle rap. Like he'll still get at you in a bar. So like he'll diss you, but still glorify God. And it's a crazy, amazing thing if you actually went and witnessed him do it. It's like, yo, how is he doing this?
That's fine.
And he's not disrepresenting God, but he's actually still contributing to the culture, which is OD. But Sorry, Matt, for like trying to put this all on Briss, but
Nah. I'm like that. I take inspiration wherever it comes, man. I like that,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
So that's
But the
fine. That's
journey, but
fine.
like Sis said, what's your thoughts about the journey before like the work you're proud of right now?
For me, wow, that's a good question. Like I said, for me, so coming into excelling, I was more so focused on, learning how to produce, producing with my brothers, just kind of meeting different people, from Sebastian Cole, who basically, song wrote for, this girl is she wrote, she kind of won, like, she was in the Grammy, she won something, I forgot her name right now, it slips me, but I was, kind of working with that and just working with my brothers, Fresher, just kind of working with him, playing bass for him. I was kind of on this path of just trying to find kind of my lane. And, growing up in church and then also, being a preacher, being a pastor, for me, when you make music, like, Chris was saying, you got to kind of find your voice. You got to find your lane. You got to do what's different. So when I really started kind of hearing the voice of God and kind of listening to the call and following it, all my my projects changed from just trying to do R&B, singing, creating beats of that nature, to like, okay, I want to start making songs that reflect my musical capacity, like R&B, soulful music, pop music, hip hop at the same time, still, talk about God. So I can identify with, you said Loso and Saga just being themselves, going a different route, and at the same time, just, kind of finding that voice in an arena, in a world, an industry that is just, them, or let's say mainly secular. So for me, it took me some time, but I'm at a point now where I have, and I know my stride, I know my strengths, and now I'm just trying to get things out. So yeah.
So speaking of the church and your gifts and and Chris, you can answer this question too because I want to know like your take on it. How do you feel about churches or ministries or whatever that tell musicians or I guess creatives overall to keep their gifts like inside the church? So like don't go to the world, or like for example in this case, don't make R&B beats, only make Christian beats, or don't rap, you know, secular stuff, rap about God. Like how do you feel about that? Or what's your opinion?
I feel it's a story and everything. I feel like you go outside. If I see something that happened and want to rap about it, doesn't mean that really I did it per se. I mean, I feel like it's all in like building a story, like nothing wrong with talking about God neither on record, because it's certain records where somebody will do that, like I will do that. DMX done did that. Certain artists have done that, but I feel like you need all elements of life. You need to see everything. The world is just bigger than one aspect. So I feel like you tell a story, people connect with you more. Somebody went through it, and then like it's easier for them to just sit back and hear that, as opposed to everybody's not going to just listen to this, that. Everybody's not going to listen to Saga, but then people are going to listen to Saga. So it's like that. It's like, but you need to hear that though. You need to hear like different things. I think you can keep your gifts close to God too, and you could like venture out in the world too.
That's a great answer, bro.
Yeah, that is a great answer. I'm kind of along the same lines too. I feel like you got to become all things to all men that you may save them. And at the same time, Jesus said himself that he didn't come for those that he came for those that are sick. So for me personally, I feel you should use your gift. Your gifts are a tool. How you use it makes it good or bad. So your influence, it is dictated by the impression that you leave. So for me, I think as long as you're using the gifts and you're staying true to your message, and you're staying true to God, I think you can reach more people than it can actually hurt. So, I'm all for, being yourself, speaking your message, being true, keeping your gifts in the church. How can we evangelize and, reach new people for God if we don't actually go out into the world? Like me personally, I don't know about you. I'm tired of having, church events for church people simply. I think everything that we can, our gifts, is the fishing hook to pull people in. Say, hey, you know what? Being a Christian doesn't have to be corny. It doesn't have to be lame. You could be yourself. You could like what you like, whether it's battle rap, whether it's hip hop, even R&B, and you can make a make a major statement, you know, and just pull people in. So I think it's really about being true to yourself. If you're true to yourself, I feel like, you know, people will just be drawn to you, and there's an audience for everyone. There's an industry and a lane for everyone. And if you can't get into somebody's platform, create your own.
Period. I gotta plug the creative space real quick because that's exactly what we are about. Like, you know, we're not just focused on, you know, doing. I even like to say church stuff because, yeah, that's a whole nother conversation for another day. But we're not just focused on doing church stuff for church people. Because like you said, today I had a conversation with somebody, and they were basically telling me that they want to use their platform to evangelize creatively, right? Like, so for example, Chris battle rapping, he could say something and it catches somebody's eye, and it's just like, wait, you know, what did you like? They can ask a question about one of his bars or whatever. Like, what does that mean? Or even if I don't even know who Saga is, but say I was to his Saga and he's rapping to a whole bunch of people who don't know who God is. Somebody can walk up to him and say, hey, what was that you were talking about? And that's evangelizing right there. It's not all about, you know, the tracks, handing out like full-blown tracks or, you know, screaming and preaching down people's neck. You know, it's just like being yourself. And then usually when you are yourself, people are more intrigued by you anyway. They're like, wait, like what makes you so different? Like, why are you so cool? Because you're just walking in your own lane. And once you create, I guess, your own lane and your own audience, it's that's how you attract. Because that's what happened with the creative space. Like, this came about, you know, and people started joining just because of its authenticity.
Yeah.
Yep. So people started joining. Yo, that word messes me up every time. So people started joining. Yeah, and then they see people like us on this platform. We're all different in our own way. You know, none of us is sitting here, you know, preaching or, you know, being all. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with preaching. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with, you know, spreading the gospel in your own way. But if all of us as Christians or people who know God or want to know God look or act the same, what are we giving to the world? You know, like the world is different. There's different. When you go into the world, everybody's different. You know, everybody has their own way about them. And so if they come to the church and we all look the same, just like, why am I staying here? You know, I grew up in church and I still feel that way. Like, why am I here? If everybody acting the same, everybody looking the same, it's just like, you know, what's the point? Yeah.
My thing is, this is more sort of to the big bro. Like, what's your history with church? Like, do you have a history with church? Are you in, like, did your mom raise you, taking you to church, Briss? Or like, are you more so like, you know what I'm saying? Do you have a spiritual, like, walk or life? Like, what does that look like for you?
I mean, for me, everybody in my family is Christian, so it's like, you know, even though I might not go to church all the time, but it's like, you know, I still like read the Bible. I still like have like my own beliefs. So yeah.
And Matt, how did you come to even like know God? Like, what's the story with that?
Oh, I mean,
what's crazy is, and here's the history I'm gonna put y'all onto. Me and Matt sung on the same gospel choir in Boston when we were both going to seminary. So I was at Eastern Nazarene College. He was at his Bible college, and we were on an island by ourselves because, like, in the world of theology, when you're studying this in a deeper level, you're on an island by yourself as a person of color, right? So him joining my choir at my college was an area where he got to see people that look like him, that also are on the same journey. So, but you know, we sung on the gospel choir together, we did ministry together, but we never really like exchanged, like, kind of like, you know, his history.
Never really parlay, never chill. I mean, for me, thank you for that. That's a good question.
I'm just stuck on you being on a choir.
Yo, all right, so that's a crazy situation because, you know, shout out to Leonard Latouche. Leonard was the person that got me. I met the Latouches. They're everywhere. Okay, first of all, let's just start there. But I was going to Zion Bible College, and you know, at that time it was, you know, some colored people, but not too much, but definitely, you know, it started as a very diverse college, and you know, as time progressed, it kind of, you know, was its own thing. You know, we were singing a lot of Hillsong at that church. I had a crave for, you know, my church upbringing, you know, just singing more. songs, Kurt Franklin songs, you know, different things, Fred Hammond, and just having a more gospel experience. And Eastern Nazarene College, I met Leonard at Berkeley School of Music. I had a couple of friends there, and I think we were at like a shed session. He heard me play some bass, and all of a sudden he's like, "Yo, you should play for my choir." So I'm like, "All right." So I pull up, come to a rehearsal, played, and then started kind of touring with them. And then all of a sudden, Sydney and I met. For me, my journey into church, how did I come into this? I had an encounter with God. I had a friend who really believed in me in a time of my life where I kind of went atheist. I stood up in my youth group and told them I no longer believe in God because I don't see the power of God visibly. And I wrote questions on 2 pages of loose leaf, gave it to my pastor, Pastor Chris at the time. Shout out to Pastor Chris. Yo, yeah, right. And he was like, you know what? This is an intense, you know, conversation that you got to have with God that needs to end in an encounter. So for me, I was just like, yeah, whatever that means. But he gave me the space to experience God for myself before giving me his opinion, which a lot of preachers don't have the wisdom to do. You know, they feel like they got to tell you how to believe and tell you what to believe instead of actually giving you space to experience. Right. Facts. So
that's cool. All need a breakthrough.
Yeah, exactly.
Facts.
So for me personally, I kind of went to Zion campus, Zion Bible Experience. Nathaniel St. Eloy, a good friend of mine, was like my best friend for years. Took me there. It was a college day. You know how you visit colleges, see how the campus life is. I went with him. One preacher was preaching. He preached a sermon called "Life with Christ is a Life and Adventure." And yo, I kid you not, true story. I was intrigued. He had this crazy demonstration of people running on the stage with knives and like guns. He said freeze when the knife got to his neck. Had my attention. Me being from Brooklyn, I'm like, what's going on? It's about to pop up. I'm about to dead. So I'm sitting there like, yo, this is crazy. Long story short, he had my attention, and even though I was looking for the power of God, you know, it was just that inspiration, that story, that adventure that excited me to, you know, kind of listen. So after, you know, the Spirit of God started to move, you know, he passed me, prayed for me. He said, you know, kind of prophesied to me. I felt the weight of God, couldn't get up. And then the rest was history. I got baptized in the Spirit there. And then from then on, I was like, you know what? I want to live a life with Christ that's an adventure. And I also want to be and stay true to my African-American heritage, or, you know, Trinity American heritage. You know, shout out to Trinidad. And then
shout out to Trinidad. I'm going there this Sunday. God bless everyone.
Facts. And just, you know, just be myself. And God just started connecting the steps. So for me, I think my journey really starts and ends with, you know, God just trying to get my attention. And then since then, I've been trying to, you know, get people's attention with the gospel of Christ through my walk and through my interest. Yeah.
So, and the reason why I asked both of these kings this question is because everybody's walk does not look the same. It does not look the same, not even a little bit. But they're being examples in their communities, and they're doing what they need to do to be a fresh example, because the examples we grew up on are not the only way to be a good positive energy. Like, it's not the only way. It's not the only, like, the way we know positivity, the way what we were trained to absorb as, this is a good example, this is a person of such and such, is not the only way. So that's why I asked both of these men this question. So sorry about that, you know, unplanned question, sis. I'm sorry.
It's all good. I love it. So I do want to know, when do you guys feel the most creative? Because, you know, as creatives, you know, yes, this is who we are, but it's not always there, if you get what I'm saying. It's like, this is something that we do, but, you know, sometimes we have our good days, we have our bad days. So when do you feel you're the most creative?
Early mornings. I like writing in the early mornings, like either whether it's music or battle rap. I like early mornings.
Okay.
Man, early mornings is dope. But I think being a musician, like and producer, it's like sometimes it's the story of the situation. Like sometimes it's the people around you. Oh, you have a vibe with this rapper, you have a vibe with this singer, and they bring out certain energy from you. And it's so if I'm laughing with somebody, if I'm really vibing and I can be myself around them, if people could pull that out, it just happens. It just happens, man. Also, depending on the situation, that could be circumstantial or situational in the sense of like if I'm going through something tough or if I'm having a very exciting moment, I want to document that somehow through my music or through the track itself. I want to make sure that story of my life is coming across in the music, or the direction of it, especially in the switch ups, and just slowing the beat down, speeding it up, all that stuff. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why is music so important to you guys? Like, I understand you guys already kind of like talked about, your journeys and stuff with God, and then you talked about what you guys are currently working on. You talked, you talked about inspiration, but do you like take us through why music is important for you guys personally?
Ooh, I guess I'll start. For me, it's a passion and it's a promise for me. For me, when you grow up doing something that you love and being a certain way for a very, very long time, taking on new things could be challenging to who you are. So me becoming a pastor, that was a very hard decision for me. Not to say like, of course, I went to Bible school, I went to all these things, but it's one thing to trust God with your dreams. It's another thing to trust God with your actual life and day to day, like the things that you do every day. So for me, becoming a teacher, that transition, and then at the same time, or a pastor, that transition from who I once was, it took me. I had to remember that God said that He gave me music. Like it's not just if people don't know what your passion is, it's because you don't have one, right? So for me, I want to exude in everything that I do, my passion, and I know that God gave that to me. I know what God told me, what He spoke to me, and I know that when the idea speaks for itself. If I feel a beat or I feel a certain vibe, whether it's in church or it's on my morning commute to work, that's a reminder that God's with me, that or I still got it. Like I know God's speaking to me. I know that God's downloading new things, and I know that even if I hear a beat from, I think because I listen to both secular and sacred music. I think I heard a track from Bia and J. Cole, and I'm sitting there like that's fire. Like I'm like, I think it was called London. I'm sitting there working out like, nah, that go hard. Like so, if there's certain things that I feel like I could take, whether it's the 808 or it's the jump pattern or it's the hi hat, I'm like, oh, no, I can learn from that. I know that God's blessed my ears enough for me to recognize that and put that in my story, my music. Shout out to Storyteller Studios. That's another thing I'm doing right now. That's what I'm building, along with Soap Saver of all people. So, yeah.
Word. What about for you, my boy?
Sure, for me, I just think it's like music means like I hear a beat, it'll make me think about something I went through. So like, and I go from there. Like I like to write off my mood. I never want to write just to write. I feel like I get the best out of myself when I'm writing, but like based on my mood, I can't write on like just writing that or like just a song just cause I went to a party. But if I ain't really feeling vibe, I'm not gonna write about it. Whatever's on my mind, I may be mad at something. Like I just jot that down. And I feel like that just gives me 100% because it's a real feeling. Like I like to go and feel it. So to me, music is a feeling. Like it's like we all will hear something. We'll hear something be like, oh, that reminded me of this person, or that reminded me of this time or this day. Like certain songs remind you of certain situations. You might have got a big check the day this song dropped. So every time you hear this song,
yeah, word.
Nah, facts.
Word.
It makes you like go back to that element. So that's what I'm thinking. I think it's a feeling for me.
Facts.
Can I add to that real quick?
Go ahead.
It's crazy that you say that because you brought me back to a time. I think I told you, Sebastian Coe. Sebastian Coe is a songwriter that wrote for like Justin Bieber, but I met him when he was working on Alicia Cara's project, her first project. He won a Grammy for it. She won a Grammy like Best New Artist. I think it was like 2018, whatever. And the reason why I bring him up was because he went to seminary and that was the first time I met somebody.
That's a fact.
That's the first time I met a songwriter, a prestigious songwriter who's lit at what he does, that went to seminary. And you know, I didn't know his walk of time. I didn't know anything about him, but he was sitting at the piano. I'm over here talking to him about, you know, songwriting. How do you do that? I remember the first thing that he said to me was, every time you create, if you're putting out your best, if you're being creative, you're putting out your passions coming through the track, your best always gets better the next time you do it. So for me, you know, hearing you talk about that, it's facts. It's like every time you put yourself out there and you know you're grinding, you're trying to make sure your mood is coming out on that track. Your mood's trying to come out through the, you know, the the lyrics, the feel, the tone, the delivery, the, you know, the entendres, the metaphor, all that. You want to make sure that it's coming across, that your best is gonna get better. So every time you do it, you're always getting better.
Like, even I want to piggyback on what you said too. Even like for like established artists, like they might have a song called First Day Out. Like it's real, because it's like I like songs that you could like, you really could feel like what they're going through. Like it's like critical time in their life, and then they just drop a song about it. Something that you could really, really feel, not just you just saying anything. It's like, yeah. So you gotta like really connect. Like I like connecting to my music more. I cherish it more. If I just make a song just like a feature, sadly a feature, I really won't cherish it as much as I cherish like something I composed. I feel like I'm just going up for what they're saying. It's not really how I feel. Like if I want to make the track mesh, it's like going off what they doing as opposed to what I'm really feeling within myself.
Now I think that's so. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I think that's so. Thank you. I think that's so powerful and empowering, because I think, who's it? Nina Simone. Nina Simone said it's the artist's responsibility to reflect the times. And I think a lot of times when you hear a lot of rappers, they don't like try to reflect their time. You know, they're talking about money, they're talking about gunplay, they're talking about this stuff. But it's like you're missing up. What is that person talking about? That's why I love when two great rappers or two great lyricists or artists get, whether it's a singer or a rapper, if they're great, you can always tell, like that whole Kanye and Jay-Z era, they're playing off the wordplay. That is timeless music. That's the type of stuff that you're just like, dang, I wish I was Pharrell on that. Like, I wish I was in the room. Even if I'm not the producer, I just wish I was in the room to be a part of that. That's a different vibe, man. When people can add to the conversation instead of just talking about whatever.
Word.
That's true. Listening to you guys talk, it makes me wish that like I write songs and stuff. Chris, you want to say something?
I did. Now to piggyback off what you're saying too, like songs like see Usher and R. Kelly, like Same Girl, like certain song, like when the artists like when it mesh together, like when they take the same topic and it's not like it's what, even if you don't feel it, just go with what I'm saying, because it meshes. Like, feel me? It puts the whole song together. Now you got two different sides of the story. Like a chick break up with me, a chick broke up with you. Now you got his side of the story, but then you got my side of the story. His side of the story may be calm. My side of the story may be a little more wilder, but you still get two different elements when it comes together.
Nah, I agree with that, man. For me, a most recent collab that I really liked was, even though he's kind of new, is Baby Keem and Kendrick on the Range Brothers.
Yeah.
That whole shindig, that whole situation from the direction of the track, the switch, and then how they're playing off each other, you could tell they're family. It's like y'all are that nice to be able to move like that. That's wavy. That stuff I listened to when I first heard it, I'm just like, yeah, nah, that's Grammy level type music. Like that's life changing, timeless. They got it. So I agree.
You know, it's so crazy hearing you guys talk, because I remember growing up in high school, in my mother's eyes, playing the steel pan was going to be the thing that got me out of the hood, right? And for those of you that don't know, honestly, the steel pan is a historic instrument from Trinidad. It's a Trinidad created instrument. And, you know, my mother bought it for me when I was young one Christmas, and I fell in love with it, started playing it. You know, every song I hear, I would try to illustrate it through the steel pan. And what's so crazy was you know, I was a big sports dude though. Like I played soccer, I played football, and I feel like that was my ticket out. But in my mom's eyes, that instrument and going to church was my ticket out. So to hear you guys talk about all this stuff, to hear you guys talk about the passion and why music is important to you, and why you guys, you know what I mean, are walking, like hearing Matt talk about it's a promise for him, and then hearing more so Briss talk about how it's a language for him. You know what I mean? Like hearing you guys talk about this, and then still having your own history with God, it just goes to show you that you don't have to be a walking like Jesus freak to get to have a positive message that still reflects the King. Like,
that's facts.
And that's what people don't understand. Like, I mean, and again, my mother comes from an era, born 1969. I mean, she thought like this is the way of life. You know, she was a gang member, different things like that. So she thought me playing this instrument was going to get me out. But it's so crazy because I didn't have no passion for it. I was good at it, but I didn't have a passion like how you guys, like how you two do. Like I don't have no like I love the steel pan, but it's not like I'm just now taking it seriously.
Nah, I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? So hearing you guys talk so deep about it, and then battle rap, bro. You're sitting alone, bro. You sit alone where you at, bro. It's a lonely journey. And then when the recognition starts to come, you know what I mean, it's lit, but people don't know. And I think that's why we're getting at you guys about the journey of it, because people don't understand the body of work it takes. You know what I'm saying? And kind of how that's been exposed. And you know this is a battle rapper. A lot of people saying Cassidy is getting exposed, right? Because it's a different animal.
I'm here.
You know what I'm saying? And as for you, Matt, a lot of people don't understand that you got probably the next Jay-Z in your class. You probably got the next, you probably got, you know what I mean, in the church that we're in, you're probably helping out and contributing to the music ministry. And we probably have the next Tasha Cobbs, the next Kurt Franklin. Like, we don't know who we got. You know what I'm saying? But it's watching you two as examples will help them, guide them through a good path. And I think that's priceless. You know what I'm saying? So
can I piggyback on that?
Go ahead, bro.
I think that's a, you know, because I did. Katrina asked a question: "What's your biggest frustration as a musician?" And I wanted to address that.
Yeah. Thank you, Katrina, for asking that question.
Yeah, that's a big question, but I think it goes hand in hand to what I was about to address. For me, okay, so I have kids that are very, very talented. I think one of the biggest frustrations for me is telling a kid who sees the hype, sees the life, sees social media, sees, you know, the cars, the girls, all that, and tell them that, you know, that's only half the story. That's a quarter of it. Oh, you know, I think being able to show the craftsmanship, the diligence, and the consistency of the prep, because, you know, being a musician, it's funny. I heard it said that, you know, musicians want to be rappers and rappers want to be musicians, and it's kind of producers or artists, and it's kind of true in the sense of like we both prepare all our lives for maybe, you know, either 30 minutes of a performance or, you know, 5 minutes of a show, or if it's our own show, maybe an hour or two. But our preparation is days, weeks, months, years. So showing someone the work ethic, teaching a child, teaching people the work ethic, and even for me personally, my biggest frustration is, you know, perfecting my voice amongst the rat race of life. Like, you're doing so much. You're trying to, you know, pay your bills, you're trying to do all this stuff, and keeping your inspiration inside so you can put it on that track without it being diluted from problems, issues. You know, shout out to my fiance, Ray Michelle. She always tells me, you know, what's for you, hi babe, what's for you is always for you. You know, God has for you is always for you. And I, for real, and that's something as a musician, as a, like, so much gets in your head. Like, you could be like, oh, you know, this person got that deal before me. This person's getting this recognition. You know what I'm saying? I should have been on that track. Like, I can get 32, you know? And you're saying to yourself, like, oh, like, my boy Dion Young, he's a talented R&B songwriter and like kind of drill, R&B singer. And he had a song called Hello. And when it came out, I believe my older brother was in the video. And I'm sitting there like, dang, knowing that I'm a pastor, knowing that this video shoot's happening, I'm like, dang, I'm not gonna lie, it would be nice to be in that video, but I know that what's for me is for me, and that's where promise comes into it. Like you can't let your promise be overshadowed by your preference. Like your preference will get you in trouble. I like this. I like this. This is an opportunity I prefer over the actual promise. I can't substitute it. I gotta stick to like if whatever vision that God gave you, or whatever visions in your head, Brisk, for your level of success and where you want to go, you don't want to dilute it by other people's preference and opinion of, oh, you could just get this though. This opportunity is available. Just take that. Like don't I believe who said it? Jim Collins said, "Good is the enemy of great." Like don't substitute good. Don't take good for great. You know what I'm saying? So for me, that's it's promise over preference for me.
That's good, man. You got some thoughts. It look like you want to say something, Briss.
I was waiting. I'm being patient. I think my biggest frustration, this is a simple frustration. A lot of producers, like, be taking long to get back sometimes. That's the frustration. Like, because me personally, see, a lot of artists don't know this. Like, you got to make sure you buy the beat. Like, a lot of artists just go to YouTube, go to the studio, and it's like, your song goes crazy, and the producer like, oh, I need to get paid. Like, hold on, what we doing here? So like a lot of artists, like they just do that, and I understand, like, you don't own the rights to get you can't get paid off the beat. As a matter of fact,
somebody else.
Exactly, you can't get paid off it because you ain't buy the rights to the beat. So I think like all my beats, I make sure like I bought the rights to them so I can put everything else. So that's the frustrating part. Like we're like having to wait for certain producers to get back. So you're like, damn, like I'm ready to go to the studio now, but I don't even want to do this and forget I ain't get up with him and then put this out. And then now we got a problem. Like now I got to deal with my BMI, my ASCAP as far as like getting paid. It's like I can't even get funds off of it because I ain't even get up with the producer. So that's the frustrating times.
Yeah. Wow. It sounds very, very I was gonna be sarcastic, but nah. So I don't have any more questions. I don't know if the audience has any more questions. If you guys do, please comment. But we've been going at this for a good, about to be an hour. You guys are just dropping gems. Just wow. You guys just.
It's the vibe. It's the convo, man.
Yeah. Likewise.
Yeah. So we have no more questions. I do want to say, should we wait for a question?
Yeah, let's give the audience something. Let's give them like a little 5 minutes.
Okay. All right. I'll give y'all some time because our co-host said to. Because y'all know me. I'll be out.
I hear that though. I hear that. Nah, but honestly, thanks for the opportunity, man. I'm really excited to be on the creative space. I seen sis doing her thing. Cheyenne, big shout out to you. Just for having, I think, everyone here and just obeying, just following your vision and following the vision of God. Like you're really doing it. You know what I'm saying? So independent female status icon. Beyonce will be proud.
Yo, you're annoying.
But you understand how much the culture needs this type of intertwine in connection.
Yeah, conversation, right?
People need to pass each other and hear these type of conversations. That you know what I mean. That you know what I mean, because people don't understand. Like, they hear something, but they don't know the origin of where it came from. They see something get put out, but they don't know the body of work it took to put that out. And the fact that you're having this space to even to have this conversation is just a dope thing in itself. And that's why, I think that's why I was, excited when you even asked me, because I was like, yo, I think this is dope. Tell me how I contribute. Do you need somebody do you need a guest? Like, that's kind of where I was coming from, but to like actually help contribute and ask questions and be a face on it for the moment was an opportunity in itself. And I think I see more coming. So, I mean, I just hope it continues to do what it's doing, for real.
Yeah. Thank you guys. The thing is the show part of this was not Like it wasn't supposed to stay. It wasn't a thing that I was gonna keep doing. I did it in December. I did it all November. I used to go live every Wednesday, every single Wednesday at 8 o'clock, like 2, 3 different guests every show. And I didn't have a co-host. I was just doing it by myself. And it was really to spread the word about our first event, December 11th, where we all like came in person together. So that was my main goal behind doing it. But then when I stopped, people were saying, they wanted this space to talk and,
people have spoken.
Honestly, yeah. And I listen. So because when you have like guests, or you allow people to tell their story, or like Sid said, I'm sitting here calling you Sid, like I know you like that. Sydney
it's
said,
all good. Bless. We all go to the same flock now, so we good.
Period.
Oh, facts. Yo, welcome to the fam, bro.
I didn't want to say nothing, but
you're
First,
excelling in the building.
Me and my wife, we didn't publicly do it yet, but behind closed doors, we joined Excelling Church, the church.
Period. Heard it first here on this show. So, period. That's how we do.
so it was a long time coming. But I feel like my wife finally has a place that she can call home in the church world. Yeah. Because being married, wife, bro. Because being married, it's important to have a place where, you know what I mean, if you guys believe in that, your wife to be able to say, this is where I can come worship. So yeah. So yeah, man.
Yeah, congrats. I'm happy for you guys.
Yes.
But hey Drew, what's up? Yeah, so when people are allowed to tell their story and stuff like that, there's a deeper appreciation for, different crafts. So hearing you guys talk about your music and your beats and all that, I'll have a different appreciation when I go and put my earpods in and try to like listen. I'm just like, wait, whatever Briss and Matt was talking about beats and getting paid and all this stuff. It's just like I'll have a deeper appreciation for it, like with it being like I'm able to stream it.
It's about getting them placements, man. You gotta get them placements. You gotta, right? Placements is like, oh, if I can get it, just let me get that placement, let me get that credit. Because you can have a dope beat, but if that person's not willing to give you that placement, it's like, yo, what did I just do all that for? So that it's real out here, man. I think
I haven't tell nobody. Currently, right now, I own over like 2,000 beats right now. I purchased like all of them, so like I'm loaded now. I mean, sure.
Oh, that's fire. That's fire, bro. Well, man, I would love to work with you soon, man. I can't wait to just it's gonna be dope just linking with you and stuff like that. But yeah, honestly, that's why I kind of started legitimizing myself in terms of like creating Storyteller Studios. This is like my own studio company I'm trying to build from the ground up. So I'm moving into a new season where I'll be an entrepreneur, doing some stuff and doing soap, man. Savior of all people. I think that is something of, it's just really just curating kingdom culture in a counterculture way. And that's like a mouthful, but really it's just representing Christ, showing our culture, through our own context, simply put. So whether you're a rapper, whether you're a preacher, I don't care what you are, you should be able to like kind of just be yourself, put yourself out there, say your truth, say your piece, and kind of just leave it there. So I appreciate what you're doing, man. Like that, it's dope to find a battle rapper, someone who's in the same field, just representing and staying true. So that's dope.
Yeah, so I'll give I'll give y'all each other's information, right? I'll send it to y'all. Make sure y'all somewhere in y'all beats or y'all raps or something. Make sure y'all shout out the creative space. Thank you.
Thanks.
But I want
song title, maybe. Who knows?
Listen, do your thing. Long as you got we somewhere in there. But I want to thank you guys so much for joining me. This conversation, I thought it was gonna be difficult because I am not a musician. I did grow up in a house with a musician, but it's I just thought
she's a legend, low key.
Let's not do that, okay? But
it's in the blood.
Yes. Yeah, so I thought it was gonna be difficult because I'm just like, I don't really know that much about this. But then Sydney came through and helped me out a lot because there was some points where I didn't know what y'all was talking about, to be honest. I was just
that's all good. Yeah, I grew up in a household where, like, you know what I mean, my mom was just at that place where she wanted me to have access to a lot. You know what I mean? So I'm not limited or I'm not bound. So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Learning an instrument was something like I had to do. Just even for my learning language, like even like how to learn, like music, like playing the steel piano helped me how to learn, help teach me how to learn. You know what I mean? Teach me how to study. You know what I mean? And then, you know, playing sports. So that's why I'm all into the battle rap, you know what I mean? And plus the saga is really close with this guy named Richie Righteous, who now has his own church. So Richie Righteous, you know what I'm saying, was an inspiration for me when I was coming up in the church. You know what I'm saying? He was a dope artist. He's actually, people love Lecrae, but Richie Righteous is that dude. So
I mean, he's one of the OGs.
Yeah, he really is. So
I just saw him on Saturday. He was preaching.
Word?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Richie Righteous is the pillar in a Christian rap world. So
he's cool if you're into that. But anyways, so I'm gonna let you guys go except for Pastor Matt. He wants to do something. But yeah, I want to thank you guys so much for joining us.
Welcome.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I really do. This was a dope show. Definitely opened my eyes to a lot. I know the audience enjoyed. We have some good feedback. Awesome show, you guys. Thank you so much, Shawnee Fickerman Davis. That's my mom. But yeah, thank you guys so much. And Chris and Sydney, I love you guys. I appreciate it. And I will see you guys on the flip.
Facts. Later, y'all.
Yes. Later.
All right, so Pastor Matt has a special treat for us. You gonna sing?
Nah, I was like, you taking like surprising the world right now. No, but we would love for you guys to partner with us. We're looking for about 108 people to give about $8 to the creative space. It's $, the creative space. We would love for you guys to partner with us. We're trying to push this thing. We're trying to make this worldwide. If you can and when you can, we want you to show some love. Y'all, it's just $8. That's like that's less than a coffee and a croissant at Dunkin' Donuts. But we would love for you to give. You know, Scripture says, "Giving it will come back to you, pressed down, shaken together, running over." We want to be a blessing to my sis Cheyenne right now and to the world.
Not
so
to
if
me.
You can.
No, this money don't go to me. This
we
goes straight
support
to
the vision,
space.
but
I just want to make sure.
Oh, facts. Good. No, this was clarification. But no, this is going to creative space, and because you are like the overseer of this vision, it's you pushing this incentive for God, so it's cool. Overseer, right? She's like churchy, but really, if you can, please support 108 people, $8 if you can. We will love your help, and we will love your partnership. So partner with us as we just show some love. So let's just. If we can send that $8 and support. That's what we do as fam. So you already know.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Pastor Matt. All right. Later. All right, you guys. We are hitting an hour and 8 minutes. This was a dope show, if I do say so myself. It was really dope. I want to thank my co-host, Sydney Carr. He is a fellow partner of Excelling Now, so period. It was just excelling greatness up here. Like, we had Pastor Matt on here. We had Sydney on here. Like, if you guys can tell our church is lit from us, then, like, you guys already have a problem because it's just lit. But anyway, so, yeah, 108 people giving $8. The money does not go to me. As you can see, the Cash App says the creative space. Does not go to me. I will be quick to pull up our Cash App where the money goes, because it don't go to me. I wish it did, but it doesn't. So yeah, we are planning. Oh, this is what I want to say. We are planning. Who's still on here? All right, good. We are planning our worship night, right? You guys, I'm announcing. Hold on, the first artist that we're announcing for the night of worship is Danae Diggs. She also is from Excelling. Like, bro, you just can't get away from us. Even if you try, you just can't, because it's just lit. But yeah, our night of worship is June 10th at 7:30 p.m. It is in Queens, New York. The link is in the comments to register. It is free registration, and that's why we need you guys to send your monies, because stuff cost, right? Stuff cost. But the reason why it's free is because I want creatives of all ages who work or don't work, because sometimes it's difficult being creative. You have your high weeks and you have your low weeks. Can I get an amen? So I want it to be free so that there's no reason why nobody can come. All you gotta do is register, because we have 100 seats, probably less than that because I gotta include the participants. But for now, we got 100 seats, and we need you guys to register. It's free. This is the first artist that we're announcing. June 10th at 7:30 p.m. Danae Diggs. Listen, y'all see the comments? She's so dope. She's so dope. Like so dope. So yeah, register. Give you $8, like Pastor Matt said so nicely. Yo, we have new colors of our merch. Look, guys, we got green. We got orange. I mean, this is pink. Sorry, y'all. Pink, baby blue. We have gold. This is my favorite one. I love this one. So if you want one, please message me. The crew necks and the hoodies are only $35. So just let me know. But Creative Christians, stand up. This is lit. Like, it's getting warmer. We have t-shirts too. Like, you could just tell me you want it on a t-shirt, but these are our colors. Also, Wednesday at 8 p.m., May 4th, we're starting our new Bible study series called He Chose You. Somebody comment real quick where y'all think this is from. Where y'all think the you is from. Oh, Pastor Matt, you want orange, royal blue, period. No, text me. But where y'all think this from? Do y'all recognize this? You. He chose you. Whoever comments, I was going to say y'all get something, but right now we can't. So just comment. Where is this from? He chose you. Not. Yes, Steph. Netflix, the show You. Y'all, that is I love that show. That was one of my favorite shows. And I'm just like, God, how can I incorporate something that's intriguing to me into your word? And he gave me He Chose You. Because, Joe and You, he was very detailed in the way he, I guess, described somebody or knew the person or got to know somebody. And that's God, except better because he already knows everything, And so, yeah, join us May 4th. It's going to be dope. We're going to go through different characters in the Bible who try to find excuses as to why they felt as though they shouldn't have been chosen, or they try to use their shortcomings as an excuse or way out to get away from what God wants them to do or wanted them to do. And we're going to be doing that for the next few weeks. And so, yeah, join us May 4th. I think that's it. Oh, on Monday and your Mondays on Instagram Live, every other Monday at 1 p.m. a video goes live, right? And it's just short encouragement and prayer for creatives. We're on our second week. The first one was Marco Robinson. He prayed for us and gave us encouragement. And then our second one was from Pastor Jason Nelson. That wasn't personal, but he did say the Creative Space name in there, which was kind of dope, but so we used it. Yeah, he prayed for us and all that good stuff. So if you guys need a quick pick me up, check our page on Mondays, every other Monday, the Creative Space Instagram, to, get your encouragement. But you guys, I'm thirsty. I feel like I end every live like this. I'm thirsty. I don't know if I'm hungry, but I'm thirsty and I'm kind of ready to go. So I really appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys being here, sticking it out with me. I'll see you guys next month, the last Wednesday of the month at 8 p.m. I don't think nobody else has anything else to say, so let the church say amen.